So we're working with a pretty solid foundation. It looks like, I just want to confirm, do you have like quality images of yourself?
Do I?
Yeah, like a foot, like, have you ever done a shoot before?
Yeah.
Do you
I
have,
have some pictures on the site.
I'm talking about like, I see what you have here. I'm talking about like legit, legit, like from a photographer.
Um, I don't know how like legit the photographer was, but
Wait, the pictures on your site look like you took it from your phone
no, of myself.
of yourself.
No, the only one there's a couple from my phone, but then there's ones like from a photographer.
Okay. Pose. I'm talking about your website, right? Yeah. See, so here's a blog post.
Oh, my Instagram, it has like some from a photographer.
Okay, I see them. I see them. I see them. I see them. These are all you. Okay, good. So
I
the
know,
good news,
no makeup on right now.
it's so hot. Listen, what I want to do is when we rebrand this whole business for you, I mean, what really people are buying are you.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning.
And so I really want to accentuate that and really want to bring you out more than anything, because that's what people are going to gravitate to first. Then they're going to buy your awesome extension program. So what this call is all about is basically me getting a chance to know you and kind of go a little bit deeper with you, and see. I just want to become entrenched into your business. I want to know how you got started. I want to know like the beginning, because I have a method to my madness. And so the more I know about you, the more fuel that's going to give me to juice this brand up once we get to the design part of it. Does this make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been in the game 20 years, it says on your website.
Yes, I'm old.
So take me back in time and talk to me about where your passion for hair and working with women came from.
Since I'm like 4, I've always just wanted to do hair, and my mother tried to talk me out of it, because back then it's like, those hair salons, old women chewing gum and teasing hair, and she's like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And she thought I would grow out of it, and I never did. I just always wanted to do it. She forced me to go to college, but she paid for it, but I never went. I was there for a year. And then she finally gave up, and she said, "All right, go to beauty school." And I loved it. I got up every morning, excited. I went. And then at that time, there were no beauty schools in Staten Island where I lived, so I had to go to Brooklyn. And there was a salon in Brooklyn that it was like the biggest salon. Like, it was like working in the city. Like, if you got a job in that salon, it was like, oh my God. So I went for an interview to be an assistant, and they hired me, and I was so excited. And I just went to work, and then I was an assistant there for like a year, 2 years, and then I became a stylist. And it was called Intercoiffure. It was like they hooked up with freelance photographers, and they would send us to do photo shoots with them, and we kind of built each other's book. And I went on a photo shoot with this makeup artist who happened to be like a drag queen at the tunnel on the weekend. And I was like, they needed extensions. So I had some hair, but like I never worked with hair before. So I'm like, how am I going to stick this to this girl's head? Like, I was pinning them, but they just weren't staying. So he's like, I'll give you, a secret what we do. He's like, take some eyelash glue. He gave me his eyelash glue, and he's like, just glue them to her scalp. And when I was done with that, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. But, extensions really were like in the, what do I say, like the ghetto area.
Oh, right, right.
It wasn't like the white white girls didn't do this, right? So I went back to the salon, and during that time too, I don't know if you remember like the Club Kid days and.
Listen, my career started in the nightlife industry. I used to design all the club flyers.
Oh, okay.
So you're talking, we're coming from the same cloth here.
Era?
Yes.
So the back then, like all the raves, like the girls used to cut their hair short and have longer, spiky in the back. And then at this time, like Paris Hilton started coming in with the long hair. Now all these girls that cut their hair short now wanted this long hair. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, I'll glue these in their head. But that's how it started, and I love the transformation. But that didn't last long. That glue, that lasted them for a weekend, and they came out. So I did that for maybe like a year, 2 years. And then I guess, the white girls started catching on to the hair extensions. And then Great Lengths came out, which was a bonded method. And that was like 250 little heated bonds all over the head. That would take me 8 hours. It was like a little monkey picking at a head, to do a full set. Yeah. So that was the best method then. So I'm like, all right, this is all I got. So I did it, but I didn't love it because it took so long. It grew out. It looked like you had bugs throughout your whole head. Then then tapes came out. And that, I did like that once. That was disgusting. I said never again.
What was disgusting about it?
They would slide out of the hair. They would rip chunks out of the hair. When you would try to get it out, it was like stuck with like this tape adhesive, and you'd have to use like this orange oil to break down the adhesive. It was just like a sticky mess.
Oh, a mess. Okay, gotcha.
If they washed their hair and put conditioner on it, it would break the adhesive down. They'd slip out. That was disgusting.
Okay.
Then Dream Catchers came out, which was a little cylinder, individual strands, but you would apply with a little like bead cylinder. And I had good results with that. That wasn't so bad. But for like women with fine hair, it was too heavy for their hair. They would slip out. They couldn't put their hair up because you'd see like a million beads, their ponytail in the back of their head. So then that's how I found Danielle, because I was like searching for another method for fine haired women. And I just Googled and kept Googling, and I came across some of Danielle's videos. And she had an online training, and I was like, all right, I'll try it, So I'm very hands-on. I'm like, I can't just look at a video and do it. I'm like, I have to know exactly what I'm doing, because if you mess up extensions, you'll really destroy someone's, like you'll take chunks of their hair out. Like you really have to know what you're doing. So I told my husband, I'm like, I have to go to California for 2 days. I like left him with a newborn and a 3-year-old, and he's like, you have to go all the way to California? There's nothing in New York? I said, no, there's not. There's nothing in New York. So I went, I did it, I came back, I loved it. It was just, like I think I told you last time, it was like all those beads that I was using in Dream Catchers, 200 beads, were now down to like 12, 20 beads. And like just West's hair. And the way she taught me how to color it, the way you could hide it, it wasn't a lot of weight on people with fine hair. It just looked more natural and realistic. Mm-hmm. So then I switched all my Dreamcatcher clients to this method. And then that was in like 2014. Okay. And then last June, Garrett, I didn't know who Garrett was. He came out, he's, collaborated with his wife and decided to make this BMS, this Big Money Stylist program, and teach stylists how to become marketers and not just work behind the chair, but work in front of the chair. So then that's how that started with him. And then I did that. I went back to California.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. I love this story.
I went back to California. He trained us, he really opened our minds. Because, when you're working as a stylist, in beauty school, in the salon, they teach you the customer's always right. The client comes first. You work. If you're working from 9 to 9, every half an hour you're booked, and you squeeze in people also. If you don't eat, you don't eat. You like stand there all day, and you just keep going and keep going. And then you're giving the salon half your money. It's so he's like taught us. He's like, this is your business. Like, you take control. You decide what you're worth. You tell them this is the time. If it's not good for you, then it's not good. And you get so scared because you're so trained for 20 years in this mindset that you can't say no to anybody. You have to work like a dog. And he really switched that for me. So I started raising my prices. I switched the way I did things. I mean, I had to cut my days down anyway because I have the 3 kids. So.
And how old are they?
2, 4, and 7.
2, 4, and 7. Okay. All right. We're having our first boy in August.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So super excited. We got like 50 days left. So we're beyond ourselves trying to like get everything ready, but like we're super excited and like, so anyway, it's going to be a game changer. I know everyone's telling me, but really.
I know. One is pretty good.
What's that?
I thought one was easy. I thought one was easy.
Oh, well, now you have 3, so clearly.
I know. But your boy is like, I'm like one of those old Italian mothers that their boy.
Is it,
so
do you have all boys?
No, 2 girls and the baby's a boy. So your wife will be obsessed with him.
Oh man. Well, we have a boy dog. It's me and Dante coming. So like she's outnumbered. She's so outnumbered. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So real quick, just some personal stuff. So you live in Wyckoff?
No. I'm in Saddlebrook. Wyckoff. Okay, so back to my story. So yeah. I worked in Brooklyn for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And then that woman, she has like a huge business. She's been there for 40 years. They had a huge business. She owned the building, and for some reason, I don't know if she had like guilt, but she let her son come in and take over, and he just destroyed it. Like stylists started leaving. So
how did he destroy it? I want to know that.
He was a lawyer that lived in Florida. His parents were divorced. They had a bad relationship. He left to Florida to live with the father. Supposedly the father was like this cocky asshole, and I guess she felt guilty that he lived there and she built up her career here, and she made him come back. He was like 30 something, and she just gave him this business. So he was like very cocky. Like, if we had a problem, he'd be like, oh, a monkey could do your job. Like, he had no respect. Yeah, he told not me, I'm sorry. He told one of the makeup artists that one. He was very cocky. He thought he knew it all. He had no compassion for stylists. He just wanted to make money. And he had so many walkouts. I think they're closing now, actually. It's really a shame because she built an incredible business. So no one could deal with him anymore. So 2 of the stylists in that salon got together and decided to open a salon in Staten Island. And they asked me to come. So I was like, yeah, I live in Staten Island. I can't stand it here anymore. So I went with them. And then I was there with them for like 13 years.
Wow. Okay.
And then I had my second daughter. And I just couldn't. But they still had that mentality also. Because that's how you're trained. You work your work, come here. And I'm like, I can't listen. I can't have a boss. I have to come and go as I please. I can't listen to you. And now I have kids. You're taking half my money, actually more than half my money. Like, so I'm like, what do? I don't want to work with somebody. Like, I don't want to work for somebody else. So I was like, maybe I just won't do it anymore. But I didn't want to give all those years up and, my passion for it. So my mother has a pretty big house. So she has a big basement and that she never used. So I'm like, can I just take half your basement, cut it off, and I'm just do my work here. So she's like, and like a little studio, and I started having everyone come there. And then when I started with the extensions, I didn't expect, like, not that I had this huge business or anything, but I built a little something for myself. But I just thought, all right, I'll be the married lady with kids in the basement, doing hair. And then, things switch. I'm like, I don't want to be that. But I'm still there, but it's like a little studio, but I'm just doing the NBR extensions. And my husband's from Jersey, so I'm living in Jersey. But his cousin, so when I moved here, I had no clientele in Jersey. So his cousin has a little shop in Wyckoff. It's nothing. It's like little old men. But when he's closed on like a Tuesday, he lets me use it while I build up. So I do some clients there. So that's where I'm at now. But I want to build bigger so I could get out of both places and have my own little studio.
Right. So that's what I want to talk about next. So, like, where do you see yourself in a year? Ideally, I don't like to go further out than that because I think that it's unrealistic. Like, when people ask me, like, what's your 3-year, 5-year, 10-year goal? I don't freaking know what's going to happen tomorrow, quite frankly. So I don't like to ask my clients, like, what's your 5-year goal? So, like, in the next 365 days, if you can, like, wave a magic wand and be like, here's where I want to be at, June 26th next year, what would that look like for you?
I don't want to, I want to just have my own little studio. I don't want to have, like, a huge salon. I don't want the headache of all those stylists. And I would like to have just, like, something small, an assistant to help me.
Okay.
But I just want to I just do NBR now, but I just want to, like, raise my prices and, like, really be known for that and have, like, I want to be like the girl in New York known for NBR.
Now, do you want to keep your shop in New York or you want to bring it to Jersey?
No, I still go to New York. I would like to really also try to get into Manhattan too, like maybe rent a chair like a day or two and get an even higher paying clientele. Because I feel like I made the mistake. So because I'm in Staten Island and before I met Garrett, like I made the mistake of, I guess, like being scared, like my other clients that I converted to NBR. The name of the extension is NBR. Yep. So all those, like I got scared to like charge them so much.
Why?
Because I didn't know if I guess I didn't feel like it was not worthy, but I just got scared to tell them how much it really is. Okay. So little by little, I'm telling them, like, I think I just want to start all over. I want to get rid of them. Is that bad? I don't know.
No, it's not bad. I mean,
I don't want to get rid of them. I need them right now for my income, but I feel like if I just start over with a set higher price and get all new people, that.
Well, here's a couple things on how you can convert those old clients real quick, and it's really easy. I mean, quite frankly, you described in just a short period of time the value of this new method and how it like just trumps the old method, right? So let me just. If I heard you correctly, your older clients are not in the NBR method yet?
No, they are.
Okay.
I would charge, so like for say 2 full rows, I would charge them $850, where I should have really charged them like $1,100.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Did you charge them $850 already?
I charged them $850 already, so they started that way. So now I'm like, fuck, how do I?
Yeah, no, I hear you. You know what? You grandfather those people in. It is what it is.
I know.
I mean, you got to do it. I have people that are in my Branding on Demand program from day one, right? Year and a half ago, right? And they're paying those rates. Listen, I can't up the rate on them. I can't. They've been in the game. They've been in this program for 2 years, and so
okay,
I can't do that.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I feel like you have this kind of the same mentality. Like, I don't know if you feel bad, but I feel like you're have a little more moral. Like Garrett and Danielle will tell me, no, you tell them this is the price, and if you can't do it, I'm sorry, you'll have to go.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for that price anymore. But I can't, part of me can't do that, and they tell me to, stop. Like, this is what you have to do for your business.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a little bit more compassionate like you. So I would tell you going forward, right? All new clientele, I have the Garrett and Danielle mentality, right? But those old folks that have been loyal to you, like, see, we come from a different cloth. Like, you're Italian, I'm Italian. We've grown up that way, where you treat the people that are good to you good. And you don't stab them in the back, and I feel like we live in a little bubble. I mean, you would know this because you've gone to different places in the country like I have, and we live in that bubble where it's a little bit different on how we think and how we do business, specifically in the tri-state area, especially from Staten Island. My family grew up in Jersey City, so like we come from sort of the same background from what I'm gathering thus far. So I'm not as leaning, I'm not as cutthroat as them, or whatever you want to call it. I would say grandfather those folks in, get them to refer you out to newer client, and make your money on the newbies, and just call it what it is. Because I'm compassionate like you are, and I couldn't tell somebody that's been with me for a year that, hey, my prices are going up. Screw you if you can't afford it. This is what it is. I don't come from that land, and I get it, because I'll be the first to tell you, that I'm not a charity. We're not a charity, and we're in business to make money. I'll be the first to tell you that. But there's something to be said about being loyal to your clients. And I love those two to death. There's some things I don't agree with. There's a lot of things that I do agree with. Okay. I'm not going to get into that today, but from me to you, I would say, don't worry about that. Let's focus on the new clients. Charge a rate for that. And I'm going to teach you basically in the next 2 sessions how we're going to attract that clientele. We're not even going to be worrying about the $850 coming from the old folks. You're not even going to be worrying about that. So I wouldn't raise your price on them. I wouldn't. I can't. I can't do that to my clients either. But new clients, forget about it. Game over. I mean, I've upped this program now, this BOD program now, like 4 times. Now I'm at like a premium level where it's like $1,000 a month is the minimum level, is the smallest level, right? And I'm comfortable there because I did the math and I know how many clients I need to work with per month to get to where I want to be, right? So that's my next question for you. So you told me that one client's worth about $1,150.
Yeah, probably more.
So here's the thing: people will pay. See, how do I say this? People like us don't really give a crap about price. We just want what we want, right? And if you want to do business. If you want to do business with like-minded people like us, then don't get hung up on the price. The price is the price, and leave it at that. Because if you provide the result that person is looking for, they'll pay you $3,000 for these freaking things.
Yeah.
Right. So So it's just getting in front of the right people. I'll tell you a quick story. So our cable bill is like out of control. It's like $200-something a month now, right? Combined, my wife and I watch probably 10 hours of TV a week, right? So we're talking about cutting down, like eliminating cable completely, just paying for the internet. And then, we have Netflix and all that stuff. We'll probably pay like $50 a month and have like a gazillion channels, right? So we're having this conversation with my father-in-law, and he's a pisser. So he's in the back of my truck and he goes, I don't give an F. He's like, I'll pay $3,000 for cable a month because I love watching television. And we were hysterical laughing. And the same thing goes with what we sell. If you want a better quality brand, you'll pay the $10K to make it happen. If somebody wants to look beautiful, more confident, have hair that they don't have to deal with, like just layer the benefits of this new method, they will pay you the $3K or whatever you want to charge. So figure out what that dollar amount is, and then get clear with how many clients you want to work with per month. So my monthly goal is 100K a month, and I'm halfway there already. So to make these little jumps to get to 100, I don't really have to do much. Like, I got it in my head. I'm working backwards. So I want to share that with you. I want to ask you right now, what's your monthly number to live comfortably per month? What's your revenue number?
Oh, I never thought about it.
Let's talk about it.
I never thought that far into it because I'm only, well, let me see. I could only see what's like possible because I could only work 3 days the most.
Right.
So I could probably do 3 clients a day. So at $1,200 each.
Okay, so I'm doing the math. I'm doing the math now. 1,200 times 3.
It's probably only like what, 12,000 a month?
It's 3,600 and then times 5 days.
Oh no, I can't do 5 days.
So you're doing 3 times. So it's 3 times, right?
It's 3 days.
3 days. How many people per day?
I could probably only do about 3 a day. It's a long process.
Okay, so you're at 3,600, and now times that by 369. So 9 times 4. Yeah, 27. 3,600 times 27. No, that doesn't make sense. Math is not my strong.
So 36 a day times 3 days.
Yes.
Is 6, 12, 18, 8, 9.
So 10, 8.
Right?
10, 8.
10, yeah.
So 10, 8 a week.
Times 4. So about 40,000 a month.
That's not a bad salary.
No, I'm not. Look, I mean, yeah. Do I want to be a millionaire? Yeah, but I mean, I got kids too.
Yeah, and they're expensive, and I'm sure you're going to tell me that.
No, it's not even that. But I don't want to be one of those mothers either that just put everything into a business and then my kids grow up and I don't see it. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
well, let me ask you: is the 3 people a day times 3 times a week realistic? Be real with me.
I could do 3 people a day.
For 3 days.
Yeah.
And that's not going to cut into family time at all.
No.
Okay. So 43.2.
Because I don't work the weekend. So I have my weekend.
Okay.
So it's during the week.
So that's your goal. So how many clients are you playing with already? Like, what are you working with now?
I gotta look at my but I do at least 3 a day, but not at the 12. At like either the 8 or 5 for me. Like not everybody's 1,200 because 1,200 is more like for a newer client. So yeah, it's like 8.
Okay. So you're still teetering around 30K plus a month.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I want to like raise everything.
Yeah.
Because right now, you know what it is with me? I think I just probably need like a confidence class, really.
You do.
It's coming off being secure. Like I'm always feeling bad. I'm like, oh God, is that too much for like a lady? And then they'll tell me they have kids, and I'm like, oh, I feel bad. Should I not charge her that? And
well,
I'm always feeling bad.
That you need to get over with the new clients. Because that's where I agree with Danielle and Garrett, and will tell you that you got to get over, because you being sympathetic to that is not going to help you put food on the table at home.
I know.
And everybody, and you can ask any motivated, passionate entrepreneur that story who's doing really, really well. I mean, I can share just one little thing. Back in the day, I undercut and undervalued myself so much where I would work 20 hours a day and literally barely touch $1,000 a day, right? So do the math on that. And then when the business got really bad in like 2013, I went on Fiverr because I didn't have enough business to keep going. And I was doing shit that I would usually charge $100 for $5 because I just had to keep $5. I'll never forget. It was a nightmare. This one girl, she put me through the ringer on a set of business cards, which usually takes me like an hour tops to create front and back, right? And she after all said and done, I spent 6 hours on the project. Do the math, and she only paid $5.
What?
Yeah. Talk about where my confidence level was at the time. I think it came to like 30 cents an hour or something like that, right?
Oh my God.
And I was like, and that's what I had to go through that to really understand that business is a sport. It's a sport. And if you want to win, you got to muscle up. And so I got a coach, and they just pumped the confidence into me. And if it wasn't for these two folks, I don't know where my business would be today. And so I just did an email today about all of that. You're probably going to get it in a half an hour I scheduled it for 10. Read it because you're going to laugh because we just had this conversation.
Yeah.
People are going to be attracted to confidence forever. And if you come across, when's the last time you bought something from somebody that wasn't confident?
Yeah, true.
Never. I'll put $100,000 on it. Never. So, and that's what I say in the email, and so if you want to get to that 43.2 a month, easy, it's business. What's your time worth? How much more time will you have with your family when you charge $1,200 flat, like no questions asked, right? So when you gotta look at it this way, and I'm not saying be selfish in a negative way. I'm being selfish if you be selfish in this manner, it's going to help everything else. So if you say to yourself, well, I'm only going to charge this lady $850. Well, you got to make up for that. She doesn't.
Yeah, you're right.
That's how you got to think. So when I started to think like that, when I started to get the pressure from my wife, like, dude, you work 20 hours a day. The only time I see you is when you lay your head on this pillow. And now I'm going back 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Right? There came a point where she was like, I don't know if I signed up for this. And that was my wake-up call. I said, I need to make massive change here, or else I'm going to be by myself. Yeah. And so the marriage was worth it. I didn't want to give up my business either. So when you said that before, I was in the game 5 years already. I said, I didn't bust my ass the last 5 years just to go work for somebody again. And I said, no, I got to figure this out. And so I did. And that's kind of the story in a nutshell. But I'm relating to you on so many levels when you were telling that story, because I was like, God, this story needs to be told. So the first and foremost thing that we need to do when we're going to rebuild this brand is we got to get your story out there more. And what I really like about you, and why I say you have a solid foundation, is I like that you blog. I like that you blog regularly.
Oh, I know, but I hate it.
Yeah, it's like a chore.
Well, I was just like, I read your like emails, and I'm like, you're like quick with it, like you come out with good stuff. I'm like, I don't have good stuff. Like,
yes, you do.
Maybe because I don't like it, and I'm like, all right, let me write this fast and get it out there.
And that's exactly why you don't have good stuff, because you're telling yourself that story. You don't have good stuff. I feel that too. Every single person that is an entrepreneur that is as hungry as we are, we all feel like we're boring. You know how many times I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh God, I wish I could just come out with another way tomorrow that's gonna like fire people up, and like, but then I get comments and DMs and PMs and and a gazillion and people reaching out to me going, keep doing what you're doing. You have no idea how engaging you are. You have no idea how you've inspired me. And when I hear that, I get juiced. And now I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'm not doing the wrong thing. So it's all in your head. So just clear it. And what you need to do, just follow my lead. Be quick with it. Use experiences that are actual, right? Everything that I talk about, I don't make that up. There's no story there. That's the shit that I go through every day. When I talk about people that are spamming me in my inbox on Instagram, that's happening. You know what I mean? I'm sure you're going to have a day-to-day where somebody's going to piss you off, right? Or something's going to happen and you're going to be like, you know what? Perfect conversation for an email tomorrow or a blog post tomorrow. Listen, my blog posts are 350 words, maybe 400 words. They're quick and to the point. And at the end of every blog, which I don't see you doing, is you gotta pitch them. You gotta pitch them. Every time you don't offer somebody your service, you're losing money.
Yeah.
So it's the way I do it, like I tell a story, I make you laugh, or I make you mad, and then at the end I go, listen, if you want more help, here's the link.
Yeah, they told us like a call to action, right?
Yeah, but so yours would be apply for it, see if you're a good fit for this program, and then you bring them to that funnel, which we got to redesign because it's giving me agita.
Oh, that's also what I wanted to ask you. So I'm gonna have like a website and then a link to a funnel. It's not just gonna be.
I'm gonna redesign that funnel page for you, and I'm gonna redesign your website, and I'm gonna redesign your logo.
Oh, okay. No, because I was thinking like I didn't know if it was just gonna open up to a funnel because sometimes it looks so like there's no style to a funnel. It's so black and white.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So what I want to do is redesign that homepage for you, right?
Yeah. Well, that's just the Wix.
Yeah, I'm gonna redesign that homepage for you, and the trend. I'm saying going back now, probably 6 months to today, is the one pager homepage, right? Where you're not clicking on multiple pages, right? Everything's on one scroll. Now there is a navigation up top, right? But it just scrolls you down to that section of the page. You following me?
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to create one giant web page, one home page, and then we're going to have different sections, which are just going to be the pages that you already have, just brought into a section. So when somebody clicks on About Me, it'll scroll down to that section.
Oh, okay.
You follow? Because when people are jumping from page to page, it's annoying. It is. It's another step, right? Where it's like it's extra work, really. Where you can have one page and block everything out. And then the cool thing is if you ever want to update something in the future, all you have to do is update that block. So what I want to do is, first and foremost, big shout to Danielle and Garrett. They're doing awesome, right? But you don't have to put them on your page.
Well, they did that and put her on.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
Because they felt like it's her backing us up. Like it's more authentic and certified.
I get it.
Listen, so I understand, like, of course they want me to promote NBR because it gets her more styling clients.
Yeah.
But so I'm also stuck in the middle because part of me doesn't want to promote her because I don't want other stylists to catch on to this. But then part of me does want to promote her because she's the main character in this whole thing, and if they see I'm certified through her, they might feel more confident.
Honestly, nobody gives a shit about her.
No? No,
they care about you and what you're going to do for them. So that's it. That's it. Like when I when I reinvested in one of my coaches' programs, Garrett was a big proponent of that, right? He would talk this guy up, right? But I wasn't like, I solely based my decision on designing with you because of Garrett. No, no. I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due, all right? And that could be a 30-second, 10-second thing. Hey, big shout to Danielle White. You know, she taught me a lot, and she's one of my mentors. And you know, I'll forever be thankful for her coaching. But let's talk about me, and how I can help you. And I always give shouts to my coaches, right? But I don't put them on my website. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to be there, right? Anybody that's coming at you wants to know how you can help them. That is it. Everything else doesn't matter. Again, it's very black and white. It's very black and white. And people are selfish when it comes to buying. They don't care. I mean, look at the way you purchase things. Look at the way I purchase things. It has nothing to do with outside. It's what can you do for me? Is it going to help me or hinder me? And if it helps me, let's go, right? That's my mentality. So here's a couple of questions that I got for you so I can get a chance. So let me just give you a fast forward. So after we get off this call, I'm going to send you this recording. So if you have downtime, you can rewatch it, because what works for me and what's helpful to me is when I go back and rewatch a strategy call, you're going to forget 24 hours from now, probably 90% of this conversation. So when you have an opportunity to go back and re-listen to it or rewatch it, you're going to be like, holy shit, I didn't think of that. Or, hey, what if and oh, wow, he made a good point. Or, oh, I didn't realize I said that. That's all good stuff. So you're going to get a copy of this recording. I strongly advise that you rewatch it at some point, right? The next thing is Pam is going to send you basically a couple of forms to fill out, right? And the better you fill this form out, the more juice it's going to give me and my team to really design something incredible for you. Okay? So you're going to take some time and fill that out like with some heart, okay? And then when we get that done, then we can go into design mode and crush. So Pam will also send you an email and ask you for your assets. So if you have Dropbox, you have Dropbox?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, where's all your pictures? Like, where do you keep
those?
those?
You mean in my phone?
Well, no, the pictures of you. The pictures of you.
Oh, that the photographer took?
Yeah.
Oh, that's she sent me a link.
Okay.
But I'm taking more pictures July 2nd. I have another appointment with her.
Oh my God, that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
So maybe we wait.
Wait for the new pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind, as long as I'd rather be better than rushed.
Yeah. So, I mean, I want to see what you already have, because we could use some of that stuff.
I only have what's on the Instagram. It was my first photo shoot, so I didn't realize how much clothes to take. So I only took a couple of outfits just to put myself out there.
Okay.
So whatever's on the Instagram of me is all I have.
That's fine. Well, I need that because I need the actual. I can't take off of Instagram. It's not going to be big enough for me.
Oh, okay.
So I need the actual images, like from her.
Okay. It's just
All right.
a link. I'll send it.
Yeah. So I'll get that, and then I'll be able to play with some things like what I really like. Your Instagram is, you got it down when it comes to your Instagram and showing like the before and afters. Like those are real powerful, but there's nothing really there that brings out you.
I know.
And
well, because this is hard for me. I'm not a selfie generation. I'm like, oh my God, I look like ridiculous putting myself out there.
It's not selfie generation is what I'm talking. It's personal branding is what I'm talking about. And I'll have to.
No, I just don't feel comfortable taking the picture of myself. I'm like, who does this girl think she is?
See, that's in your head.
That's hard for me to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? You'll get over it because you'll see on the other side how people react to it, and you'll watch your revenue explode. I'm telling you. I mean, because I hid behind my work, and I'm not saying you're doing this, but I hid behind my work for years. And it wasn't until a coach came to me and said, one of my coaches back then came to me and said, Henry, you have amazing design work. Like there's far and few out there like you. But when I come to your website, it's just pretty design. There's no passionate, outgoing, extrovert, high energy personality that you have. And he said, I challenge you to do a video about you and telling your story. And I did it, and it just exploded my business because people were like, oh my God, I was sick when I was a baby, and oh my God, that I totally connected with that in your video, became a client. Oh my God, my business almost died in Hurricane Sandy like yours did, became a client. Like people are going to resonate with different parts of your backstory that you'll never believe in a million years that you'll ever think somebody would connect with, and they will become a client because of it. And so you're actually doing yourself a disservice by not putting yourself out there because you're not giving people an opportunity to connect. And that is the secret weapon. That is the secret weapon. There's nothing. The more you can put yourself out there, the more you're going to be able to attract. And if you want the $1,200, $1,500 a pop client, you got to give them something to connect with, not just a before and after of a hair extension. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm going to coach you through this because it's not as hard as you think. And, it's funny. I thought the same way. When I did my first professional photo shoot, it was only a couple of months ago, right? Because this is 10 years I've been in biz, and I said, this year is going to be the game changer. I'm raising my bar, right? And so I got a shoot done, and I remember doing the shoot. Matter of fact, I was in Wyckoff. I was at Sal Loretta's getting that blue suit tailored. And I was saying to myself, who do I think I am?
That's how
I remember saying it to myself. And after I asked that question, I looked in the mirror and I said my name. And that was it. Yeah. Everything changed after that. And I said, if I want to help my clients become what I've been blessed to be and the business that I have today, then I have to show them how to do it. And this is part of it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't about me. It was about them. And that day, gone forever. I actually have a photo shoot in Hoboken on Sunday. We're going to do another two outfits, and it's going to be outside this time. I have my videographer coming, so we're going to do video and camera, and it's just going to be another set. Like you said, I got the blue suit and the other pictures are getting played out. Like they're getting old. They're getting stale. So I gotta bring it up, and I gotta stay fresh. And I'm gonna shoot a lot of behind the scenes stuff with my phone, kind of coaching all of you on how to do it and why you're doing it. And so if you make it about them, you'll get over the who the hell do I think I am? Because it's not about you. The truth is, it isn't really about you at all.
Yeah.
It's about them. You're inspiring them. You're making them feel better about themselves. You're building their confidence. What happens when you get done with a client and she looks in the mirror and she starts to cry because you made her beautiful? What does that make you feel?
Happy, yeah.
What level of confidence does
it's through the roof.
So how many times you want to feel that a day?
Yeah, you're right.
This is the stuff that needs to get done. It's part of business. It's part of business, and it's part of your goal. And that's how you got to think. I could talk to you forever, but I got 4 minutes left. So I have a couple questions that you don't have to answer right now, but it'd probably be a good idea for you to fast forward this video to these 4 questions and answer them truthfully over the weekend. So one is, who do you truly want to serve, right? What does that woman look like? What is her interest? What does she love? What does she hate? Where does she shop? Is she married? Is she single? How old is she? I want to know who truly you want to work with. If it's a spitting image of Danielle, that's who I want to know. I need to know that, Danielle, or else I won't be able to serve you. All right? That's how important this is.
There's
all right?
So many personalities.
Well, pick the ideal. So the way I do this is I find a client that's really, really awesome, and I pick them apart. I have a client right now, Dom Fawcett. He's awesome. He's in Arizona, and he is my ideal client. He's just awesome in so many different ways, and I just pick. I talk about all the different ways he's awesome, and that's how I develop my avatar. That's how I develop my person, the person I want to work with, right? The next question is, what problem do you truly solve? What problem do you truly solve? And I want you to go like 7 layers deep. So if you say, well, I make their hair problems go away. If they have thin hair, all right, why is that important to them? Well, it's important to them because fill in the blank. All right, well, why is that important to them? Well, fill in the blank. All right, now that we know those 3 things, why is the last thing that we said important to them? Do that 7 times, and you'll see at the bottom of the barrel, you will understand why these people are coming to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're going to ask yourself this too, because you'd be surprised what you come to, what you get. Ask yourself why 7 times. So after you answer the question, you ask yourself, all right, why is that important? And you do it 7 times, you see what happens. So that's where I want you to go, because we need to get to the core of these people, because they're going to spend the $1,500 a pop with you if you tweak their emotions. That's where people buy. Why did you come to me? Why did you decide to invest in me? You kept showing up on my Instagram live streams. I said something that resonated with you. You kept coming back, and bam, now we're working together at a really high level. It's the same thing with you. They're going to watch your Instagram. They're going to get inspired by you. They're going to figure out where the hell you live. They're going to fly out to you. They're going to come to you. They're going to drive to you because they're attracted to you. You've done something to them that has motivated them to come, right? So we're not chasing anymore. They're coming to you, right? So the next question is, what differentiates you? Oh, okay, my bad. Let me back up a step. The next question is, why should people listen to you? I know the answer. Why should they come to you and not Moxie? Why should they come to you and not Panico? Why should they come to you and not, you got to think about these things, Di Pasquale, right? Why did they come to you? You don't have to answer that question, but it's a very important one. What differentiates you from them? Your backstory, how you came up in the game.
Yeah.
Okay? Think about that. And then last but not least, what makes you relevant to them? This is the game changer. What makes you relevant to them? It's very easy, because when you figure out who it is you truly want to serve, that person is a mirror image of you.
Really?
That's what I found out.
That's funny you said that, because I just had a client the other day, and as you're saying, who's your ideal client, I'm thinking of her. And we're talking, and she goes, oh, my God, me and you must have been separated at birth. We think exactly the same way. I said, yeah, you're right.
And so it'll be very easy to answer these questions, because, listen, I love working with people that are on some way, shape, or form like me. I create the best work when I work with those types of people, and those people get the best results because they feel the same way. They feel the same way. And so that's what I'm coaching my clients on. I say to them, we're only on this planet for like 2 minutes at the end of the day. Honest to God. So who do you want to spend your time with, and what do you want to do with it? Because it's going to be gone tomorrow. And I'm not trying to say it like in a pessimistic way, but it is what it is. Like, I'm 36. Yeah, I'm 36 years old. I feel like I'm 12. You know what I mean? And I feel like I was 12 2 days ago. Right? That's how fast and especially when you have kids, you could probably admit that time just goes even faster.
I know. I'm going to be 40. I'm like, I just had my 30th surprise party.
So, it goes by so fast. So why not work with the people that are like you, or why not work with the people that you want to work with? Not because you have to, because you want to.
Exactly.
So that's it, my friend. Enjoy your weekend.
Okay.
You're going to get...
Thank you for taking me at this time.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. You'll get the forms from Pam. If not over the weekend, first thing on Monday. And again, fill those out. Like, literally take an hour, because it's probably going to take you about that. And fill those questions out to the best of your ability. And you'll give us so much ammunition. Like, I don't even know. Like, I can't wait to get going on this. The one thing that you can do, like, now, which I'll send you because I really want to get the ball rolling on this, is your logo design. So I'm actually gonna email you right now the link for the logo design intake. So it's a few questions. So if you can answer those questions, submit that form to us. Me and my team are gonna start working on your new logo design.
Okay.
All right. That's it. Any questions?
That's it.
All right. So real quick, if you have my phone number, right?
That's the number you call me with.
The 201 number. Yeah. If there is any questions or concerns you have, like you're stuck, just shoot me a quick text, shoot me a quick email, whatever, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
All right. So enjoy the weekend, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks, Henry.